Dark occultists seek to obscure profound truths about the universe's workings from the general populace. Understanding these mechanics not only elucidates how the cosmos operates, but also clarifies our role within these processes. This deeply concealed information has the potential to radically alter our worldview. Mark Pow imparts what he terms occult knowledge, which he is reluctant to share due to its sensitivity and significant implications. This knowledge encompasses esoteric information, tightly held by a select few, detailing the operation of energy throughout the universe. The secrecy maintains a power disparity between those in the know and the uninitiated. Occultism delves into the mechanics of human psyche and the laws of nature, both seen physical and unseen, spiritual and moral. It categorizes knowledge into 1. Self-knowledge minor arcana. This explores the inner workings of human psyche, including thoughts, emotions, and motivations, and how these subconscious elements influence our actions. 2. Universal knowledge, major arcana. This involves broader systems like physical laws, gravity, electromagnetism, and spiritual and moral laws that govern human behavior and its consequences. Grasping the major arcana entails understanding universal laws, including moral and spiritual laws known as natural law, which dictate the outcomes of actions by conscious beings. These laws shape our consciousness and the repercussions of our actions. Mastering both self-knowledge and universal laws is fundamental to all occult knowledge. Controlling these knowledge realms enables manipulation of individuals, rendering them vulnerable and oblivious to how their minds and the universe impact their lives. Dark occultists aim to keep the population in a state of what's termed mental schism and worldview schism. They strive to perpetuate chronic states of mental and emotional imbalance, complicating the integration of a balanced consciousness between the logical, masculine left brain and the intuitive, feminine right brain. Imbalances in the left brain's logical focus can lead to harmful beliefs, such as excessive skepticism, dismissing anything unproven by science, atheism, denying any higher power, moral relativism, where right and wrong are seen as human constructs, authoritarianism, justifying the dominance of some over others. Conversely, an imbalance in the intuitive-focused right brain can result in escapism, fantastical beliefs, dogmatism, or uncritical submission to external powers. True empowerment arises from harmoniously blending these brain aspects, fostering autonomy, clarity, and a deeper connection to reality and oneself. The text discusses mental imbalances and the consequences of extreme thought modes. Categorized into right brain hemisphere, imbalances creativity, intuition, compassion, and a dualistic worldview contrasting total randomness and absolute determinism. Let's dissect the key concepts presented. 1. Right brain hemisphere. Imbalance, this hemisphere, governs attributes like creativity, intuition, and compassion. Chronic dominance or imbalance can lead to behaviors such as naive blindness, blind faith or religious extremism, moral relativism, denying absolute truths, submission to external orders, often unquestioned. 2. Inverted triangle symbol. Represents the chalice or womb, linked to feminine energy and the right hemisphere. An imbalanced brain in this regard can foster thought patterns of submission or lack of critical thinking. 3. Slave mentality, described as a result of any form of mental imbalance. Fosters division and hinders an integrated understanding of reality. 4. Worldview schemes. Worldview schisms, total randomness. The universe is viewed as a purposeless accident, disbelief in spiritual or moral laws, linked to extreme skepticism and amoral societies. Absolute determinism. Everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion. Leads to inertia and lack of personal responsibility. 5. Synthesis and balance. Oh, the truth lies between these extremes. Oh, the universe operates through an interaction of deterministic laws and free will. Oh, active participation is crucial, countering the notion of passively observing events unfold. As we delve into these complex dynamics, consider how your personal beliefs align or conflict with these theories. How might understanding these broader concepts impact your view of personal autonomy and responsibility? Central reflection. The text challenges the validity of both total randomness and absolute determinism, advocating for a balance between these extremes to truly understand reality and live responsibly and consciously. Moreover, it underscores that mental imbalances of any sort contribute to a state of collective manipulation. 1. Natural law and free will. Natural law represents the immutable and deterministic rules of the universe, governing the consequences of our actions in a predictable and unchangeable manner. Free will is the capability granted to intelligent beings to make choices. The outcomes of decisions made through free will align with natural laws, from which we learn and evolve. 2. Collective reality and the law of attraction. Co-creation of reality. Our lived reality is shaped not just individually, but collectively as a species. Our actions and decisions, combined with those of others, construct our shared reality. New Age versus true law of attraction. Contrary to the simplified view of the law of attraction promoted by New Age movements, reality is shaped not only by individual thought, but also by collective behavior and the free will of others. Control through ignorance. Dark occultists seek to limit knowledge access to manipulate how society shapes its reality. Controlling what we know and how we think allows them to influence collective creation. 3. The trivium methodology. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Ancient trivium, a model for truth discovery consisting of 3 stages. 1. Knowledge, grammar gathering. Available information. 2. Understanding logic processing and comprehending this information. 3. Wisdom, rhetoric. Acting based on acquired knowledge and understanding. Computational model, comparable to input, processing, and output in a computer system. Missing stages: O without knowledge, ignorance. O without understanding, confusion. O without wisdom, madness. 4. Manifestation of reality. The manifested reality reflects the quality of collective behavior. Progression chain: O what we absorb, what we understand, how we act, what we manifest. Control of attention and time. These 2 are the most valuable spiritual resources, as where we focus shapes what we gain in knowledge and awareness. 5. Hidden purpose. The occultists controlling this information aim to keep the masses uninformed about how reality is shaped. They distract or mislead people to prevent them from realizing how their collective actions create the society they experience. Time and attention. The spiritual currencies. Just as physical money is used to acquire goods or services, time and attention are spiritual currencies we invest to gain knowledge, understanding, or experiences. The quality of the return is directly linked to where we choose to focus. The more time and attention we dedicate to something meaningful, the greater the return, similar to wisely investing money. The true value. Many people believe in the intrinsic value of things like gold or paper money, but this is a misconception. The real value lies in the utility and transformation something provides. In the case of gold, its practical utility is limited in everyday life. However, time and attention hold intrinsic value because they can transform our perception and reality. Money, in the traditional sense, is an energy limiter within the system. It acts as resistance to change, making it difficult to create lasting transformations. Therefore, investing our spiritual currencies wisely is crucial for gaining significant returns, such as knowledge, skills, and empowerment. Essential questions. To assess how we are using our spiritual currencies, we can ask ourselves, 1. How am I spending my time? 2. Where am I directing my attention? If our answers point towards distractions, trivialities, or empty entertainments, the return will be proportionally low. Conversely, focusing on enriching information and lofty goals will offer us personal and spiritual growth. 3. The quality of information and the world. 4. The quality of the world around us mirrors the collective choices made by individuals daily. Picture two streams, one flowing with pure, enlightening information, and the other carrying toxic, misleading content. Each person has the power to filter what they consume and share, directly contributing to the collective reservoir. When we focus on absorbing and spreading truthful, uplifting knowledge, we cultivate a healthier environment for everyone. Reflection. How often do you pause to assess the quality of the information you consume? Could a shift in focus towards more enriching content transform not only your life, but also the collective consciousness? 5. Information as nutrition. 6. Much like unhealthy food damages our bodies, consuming toxic information can harm our minds and behaviors. The antidote lies in seeking truthful knowledge, processing it with clarity, and aligning our actions with wisdom. This practice not only safeguards our mental health, but also enhances our capacity to contribute meaningfully to the world. Reflection. Are your mental and emotional diets aligned with the person you aspire to become? What might change if you intentionally sought out knowledge that nourishes your growth? 7. The power of reading. 8. The Romans used the word libra, which signified both book and freedom. This connection is no coincidence. Books are gateways to knowledge, and knowledge liberates us from ignorance. A library, therefore, is more than a collection of books. It is a treasure trove of tools for self-empowerment and societal transformation. Reflection. How often do you treat reading as an act of liberation? Could investing more time in thoughtful reading unlock greater freedom in your life? 9. Investing time and attention. 10. Our use of time and attention, the most valuable spiritual currencies, determines the reality we experience and the world we shape. By dedicating these resources to transformative knowledge, we cultivate the wisdom necessary for positive change. When we choose to focus on growth-oriented information, we not only elevate our lives, but also inspire progress in those around us. Reflection. Are you spending your time and attention on pursuits that enrich your mind and soul? Or are they being consumed by trivial distractions? 11. Natural law and the power of choice. 12. Natural law represents the universal principles governing reality and the predictable consequences of actions. Deep understanding of these principles offers a roadmap for co-creating a meaningful existence. At its core lies the generative polarity, the driving force behind all creation, expressed through love and fear. Reflection. Are your choices guided by love, expanding your awareness and potential, or by fear, limiting your growth and possibilities? 13. Love as an expansive force. 14. Love in this context is not romantic, but a conscious, expansive energy that aligns us with truth and broadens our perception. When driven by love, our actions stem from a place of understanding, fostering growth and alignment with universal principles. Reflection. How often do your decisions reflect love's openness rather than fear's constraints? 15. Fear as a limiting energy. 16. Fear operates as love's antithesis, a restrictive force that closes our minds to truth and stifles our growth. It keeps us bound to ignorance, leading to choices that often harm ourselves and others. Reflection. In what areas of your life does fear hold you back? And how might embracing love's energy transform those situations? 17. The initial outcomes of our choices. 18. The first results of our choices manifest as either knowledge or ignorance. Love leads to a pursuit of truth, fostering learning and comprehension that empower better decision-making. Conversely, fear results in deliberate ignorance, a refusal to engage with available knowledge, leading to stagnation. Reflection. Are your choices opening pathways to knowledge, or are they reinforcing barriers of ignorance? 19. Ignorance and its consequences. 20. Ignorance, more than the absence of information, is the rejection of truth. This deliberate blindness hinders our ability to understand the world and limits our potential to create meaningful change. Reflection. How often do you reject truths that challenge your comfort zone, and what might you gain by embracing them instead? 21. Freedom through knowledge. 22. As Thomas Jefferson famously stated, a nation that expects to be ignorant and free expects what never was and never will be. Freedom and ignorance are fundamentally incompatible. To achieve true freedom, we must abandon fear, embrace love, and seek knowledge with intention. Reflection. How committed are you to breaking free from the limitations of ignorance in pursuit of genuine freedom? 23. Co-creating reality. 24. By understanding and applying the principles of natural law, we can begin to co-create a reality that aligns with truth, awareness, and liberty. This shift not only transforms our individual lives, but also contributes to a more conscious and equitable world. Reflection. What role are you playing in shaping the collective reality, and how can you align your actions with the principles of truth and freedom? 25. This exploration of love, fear, knowledge, and ignorance invites us to examine our inner and outer worlds. Are we ready to take responsibility for the realities we co-create, starting with the choices we make today? Core ideas explored. 1. Knowledge and virtue as pillars of strength. Societies thrive when knowledge is abundant and virtue, symbolizing moral integrity, is upheld. Conversely, ignorance paired with selfishness undermines societal structures, potentially leading to downfall even without external adversaries. Reflection. Consider the role of personal integrity in your community. How might strengthening this quality in yourself and others fortify your society? 2. The fundamental choice between love and fear. At the core of human experience lies the pivotal choice embracing truth through love and knowledge, or shunning it via fear and ignorance. This decision profoundly impacts our internal state and shapes our consciousness. Reflection. How do your daily choices between love and fear shape your internal state and influence your life's trajectory? 3. Internal sovereignty. Described as self-mastery, sovereignty is the alignment of thoughts, emotions, and actions without contradiction, symbolized by the clarity of light, which represents knowledge and understanding. True sovereignty is recognizing personal freedom and negating external control over one's inner self. Reflection. In what ways can you cultivate more internal sovereignty to achieve greater harmony and self-control? 4. Internal confusion. A lack of knowledge breeds confusion, characterized by fear, lack of self-control, and internal conflicts, akin to internal anarchy with no self-discipline, leading to disconnection from one's true self. Reflection. Can identifying areas of ignorance in your life and seeking knowledge help reduce internal confusion and bring more peace? 5. Symbolism and consequences. Visualizing sovereignty as a person illuminated by light knowledge flowing within contrasts sharply with confusion, often tied to external identities rather than true self-awareness, leading to vulnerability when these identities are challenged. Reflection. How does your attachment to external identities impact your sense of self and personal stability? Practical implications. Personal responsibility. Embracing one's sovereignty involves taking full responsibility for one's actions and rejecting the idea of being controlled by others or external situations. Pursuit of knowledge. It's crucial to strive for understanding and align thoughts, emotions, and actions to foster clarity and minimize internal conflict. Awareness of ignorance. Being mindful of one's own ignorance is the first step towards overcoming its effects, enabling self-mastery and inner peace. This narrative highlights the transformative power of knowledge and warns against the dangers of neglecting self-awareness and moral integrity. It's an invitation to embrace truth, personal growth, and responsibility as essential components of a fulfilling and balanced life. When thoughts, emotions, and actions are misaligned, confusion arises. The contradiction between what we think, feel, and how we act leads to disharmony and disconnection. Societal reflection. The fourth expression of natural law examines the external societal outcomes when many individuals share the same internal state. This collective mindset shapes the larger reality, with society being a reflection of the predominant state of consciousness. If love prevails, and individuals pursue knowledge, understand truth, and acknowledge their sovereignty through self-mastery, society benefits from true freedom. Freedom doesn't magically appear but is the result of elevated consciousness, acceptance of truth, and self-discipline. Conclusion. The expressions of natural law are unequivocal. There can be no order without freedom, nor freedom without knowledge and sovereignty. Chaos is always the result of control and ignorance, while order blooms from the acceptance of truth and the elevation of consciousness. If you found this discussion enlightening and wish to explore further, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for our next video, which will delve deeper into the practical application of natural law in everyday life.